Supply-side economics, Reaganomics, does not achieve its primary goals. That means it is a failure. Reagan promised that supply-side policies would bring lower taxes, more jobs, rising take-home pay, less inflation. Did it work? No! You don't need me to tell you that. Trickle-down has been a catastrophic failure. As the Economic Policy Institute's Josh Bivens says, supply-side was sold to the public with the promise that it would unleash a flood of economic efficiency that would boost the living standards for all. It has not. In the post-war period, as mentioned earlier, wages and productivity grew equally. From 1973 to 1995, productivity growth slowed, growing only about half as much, and wages got stuck in neutral. Overall growth slowed as well, exactly the opposite of what was promised. As economist Ha-Joon Chang notes, the U.S. gave a bigger slice of the pie to the rich in the belief that they would create more wealth, making the pie bigger for all of us. Instead, the pie just grew way slower. The whole reason for cutting taxes on the rich was to produce higher rates of long-term economic growth thanks to all their extra investing. But it didn't work. If cutting taxes on the rich is supposed to unleash massive long-term growth, then logically raising taxes on the rich should stifle growth. Is this what happens in real life? It turns out we don't have to look far to find out. Despite asking us to read his lips, George H.W. Bush did raise taxes on higher wage earners. So did Bill Clinton. On either side of these tax hikes, we have both Ronald Reagan and George W. Bush's massive tax cuts for the rich, which creates a nice opportunity to compare and contrast economic results. This is one of those vanishingly rare opportunities when economics can actually be put to the test. The Center for American Progress crunched the numbers in 2012 and concluded that decades of economic data prove supply-side economics does not work. Does cutting taxes on the rich increase investments? Precisely the reason they were supposedly doing it? No. During the Reagan period, investments grew 1.4%, compared to 10.4% in the 1990s. Productivity, employment, jobs, income, and the overall economic growth all lagged during both the Reagan and George W. Bush trickle-down periods. Supply-side economics, Reaganomics, does not achieve its primary goals. That means it is a failure. So why do politicians keep flogging these ideas, seemingly expecting the same policy to somehow achieve different results? Because these policies were always really about giving a justification for coddling the main constituency of the corporate-sponsored political parties, the rich. Tomorrow we'll examine the biggest laugh of the entire Reagan era, the Laffer curve, a booze-fueled fever dream that has powered Republican fantasies for decades. In the meantime, please like, follow, favorite, toss in a comment, and consider subscribing to my free Substack. Let's make them pay.